Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Good morning. Well, it's quite early. We're not used to being up so early. Julie's there walking down with the dogs. The moon is still up there. And we've got this wall to fill with concrete today and also finish off the installation of the gabion that we did yesterday. So we're going to get on with that. It's a full-on day. We want to finish this wall as much as we can today. And then we've got other things to get on with. So...
Get mixing! Mixing time, guys! I'm in my truck again, mixing. One of the first things we've just done this morning, Ian's mixed up some cement and we've placed it in the bottom of this very end gabion that actually joins into the block wall. Where he's put cement at the bottom, I've since put stones in. We tied in a couple of pieces of rebar that actually sit in the cement and come through into the blocks. And then coming up higher, we've got another piece of our cage in, and we've actually tied that from the blocks, coming through the blocks into the cage. And my job now is I'm just going to fill up below this metal cage, just so that this is solid, because this morning we're busy and we're going to start from this end, I think, filling up with cement in all the blocks. Workstation up and running this morning. I think we're on mix number 3 already. That's not Ian's bones creaking. I think the wheelbarrow's protesting Ian. Method of choice, back to our buckets.
Seems to be going okay. I'm doing a bit of a stronger mix, basically because it's a lot more water in it. Yeah, just to get it in the holes, and then I'm using the vibrator to get it all in. And it's coming out of all the cracks, so it's going right down. I'm going to take it up to about this level here. So when we put the final 2 courses on, those will bind in.
And our local farmers strimming in the field behind us.
It's quite satisfying seeing it all sort of drain to the bottom. I quite like this way of wall building. Wall building for the unskilled.
It's like Lego bricks.
And it gives you a bit of confidence that they are going to stay there as well. And your mortar isn't going to give way.
So where Ian's been vibrating, you can see it's coming through the block work. That's a good sign. I'll finish cleaning the barrow up and the last bits, and Ian's back. On to the next mix. That's our routine.
So that's all the blocks laid now. I had to make a couple of little cuts because these blocks are slightly different to the original blocks, but they're a lot more engineered. That was much easier to line them all up. So all the blocks are laid. The concrete is into the second course here, which goes down to the fourth course at the bottom. So we've got 2 more courses to fill, and we'll do that this afternoon. We've just got to go off and get some more supplies. But in the meantime, I've got these conduit here, the electrical conduit, and also the water pipe, plus the extension of the French drain. So this isn't the French drain, this is just the drain away for the French drain, going all the way along the wall and at the bottom of the wall. We're just going to use the excess sand and small round pebbles just to backfill this area before we start putting bigger stones on the top for drainage. We're not going to put a French drain here. I don't think there'll be too much drainage problem or issues here. I've left a weep hole down the bottom, and also all the water will just flow through the gabions, so it shouldn't be an issue. So I'm just going to backfill this now, get rid of what we got in the trailer, and then Julie will get back off to the quarry and get another ton of sand and gravel mix.
Hopefully this is our last mix of the day.
I don't think so.
No, oh no, one more. One more mix. We're both a bit grubby, sweaty, disgusting, covered in concrete splat from the vibrator. But we've nearly got it done. It's looking good.
Well, it's the next day, and as you can see, it is finally cloudy. We must have done this in the hottest day of October. I know it's only a couple of days in, but we did the wall, finished it all yesterday afternoon, well, yesterday evening. We filled up all of the interior of the wall, and that's got sand and cement and gravel. And that's both sections. We thought we'd only probably had to do the bottom one, but did the bottom one in the morning, had a bit of a break. So before the bottom had actually gone off fully, we managed to get the top in. It all looks a bit rough, but we've left it all rough because we're going to cap this with about 4 inches, 100 mil of concrete on the top. And that is because at this section here, we're hoping to put about 1 inch of concrete on top of the gabions that will flow seamlessly into this wall. So we've got loads more rebar that's going to cut into these and join them all up, basically concrete top, and everything should be solid. We put in rebar here to join the wall and the gabion, and basically layered it with concrete there. So this top we haven't got to yet, we've got to fill that in. A couple more blocks and rocks, and then we can put another layer of concrete there, and that will permanently tie this section in, and hopefully it won't all slide off because this is the highest point. Down here you can see it's still very, very high, but the actual soil level is going to come up to about there. So all of this has got to be made up. So this pipe down here, that we'll have to go into some sort of soak away. Again, it's only a French drain, so it's not huge amounts of rainwater. It is just basically excess. And over time, even in the heaviest downpours, we've seen it produce quite a bit of water, but not enough to worry about. So as long as there's a soak away here to get the water down and out, that'll be fine. So today we are basically filling in down there with small gravel and sand just to cover the top of this grey pipe, and then after that we can fill in with whatever excess stones we have, and then fill up the back of this wall, because again this is the surface, so all of that needs to be backfilled. So Julie is there and she's going to fill up some buckets, and we're just going to fill the excess, what we've got left in that trailer, into the back here. But at least it is cool.
Using our buckets to fill in along the pipe purely because it's such an awkward site and we just can't get in there with a wheelbarrow, and Ian can actually walk inside the wall and place it down, so it's a more precise, yeah, it works out better. Negotiating around these rocks and dips and everything, it's just impossible with the wheelbarrow, so Ian can tiptoe along with his buckets, and it's a much more precise method to able to get all this stone in, and it's working well. Oh, see, there we go, landfill. Here he comes.
It doesn't matter now though, because we've got this in. That'll be all right, I think.
Yeah.
Just tying in the final couple of rebars. Shouldn't be needed, but it's just a bit of security. Especially as seeing as this is on the corner. We didn't film too much of this, but we basically have finished off all of the gabions all the way along to our new wall here. Pretty happy with it. We've used up near enough all the stones. So if we go up here, so we've got a few left there that I'm just going to push back into the wall once we've got the plastic coating on. And yeah, pretty much all gone. So all of these rocks are basically come out of our garden. So every single rock has been touched by us about 3 or 4 times as we've moved it around the site, and now finally into the gabions. So what we're going to do now is push some rebar all the way along, 2 sets of rebar, parallel rebar along the top. Then we're going to put the lids on these things, and the rebar and the lids will form basically the strengthening for a concrete cap. So we're not going to put a capping stone on here. We're going to put some forms on, wooden forms on here, and then basically pour a concrete cap, which will join in to the wall. So I'm hoping this will be a seamless concrete cap all the way along the wall, tying everything in. So that'll be a nice flat area, nice little seat actually. So we're just going to get on with that rebar now and get all that in, basically to clear all the stuff off the site as much as we can. so we can actually then start concentrating on the inside and the siding of the garage workshop.
How far does this finish?
So it's a bit over the top for a retaining wall like this, but we're actually going to line it with this waterproof membrane. Just so, because we're going to be driving up to that part from the driveway in the car. When it rains, I don't want all that moisture seeping through, and then you will see all the lines of the blocks and everything. We are going to render it, so stucco it, but I don't want any moisture seeping through into the concrete and resting there. So if we put this on the inside, it'll give a good chance that when it does rain, it only rains on the surface of the outside wall and not sort of makes a dam on the inside wall and gets all wet. So it's going to be purely aesthetics than really function. But we've got this stuff, so we may as well just use it. Bottom back a bit.
Huh?
Bottom back a bit. Stretch it out, go to the end. No, and then I want the bottom
Oh, you want it to be turned like that?
a little bit. That's the first time using this little machine. I just got it from Amazon. I've got a couple of Ryobi batteries I've had for about a year, but no tools to go with it. So I thought I may as well splash out a little bit because my hands are absolutely killing me. So for these long jobs where we have to squirt all the way down, yeah, it seemed to work okay. Just getting used to the speed. And also when you do click off, this actually backs off instead of, you know, normally when you squeeze your manual one, you have to back it off yourself. If not, the excess all squirts out everywhere. That's quite good. All right, don't worry about the plastic sheet to begin with. Just hold that.
Away from the wall.
Hold on, I'm just going to get the first one in. And then I'll carry along the line, and then we'll budge the plastic up.
Yeah.
Try not...
No, I'm all right.
Yeah, just leave it there. Actually, yeah, just leave it flat down. Okay, try and get it level-ish with the line. Yeah. Just going to get this one in. Might need a longer drill, actually. Yeah. Let's do it from this side. So that's the plastic membrane in. It's not too bad. I've just put some stones and things just to keep it up. I'm not going to start hammering nails into it because we're going to backfill this straight away, so that'll keep it pushed up underneath this lip. And I've just glued that. I broke one little piece there, but the soil will actually come up to here, well here, and then we'll have a load of pea gravel just by the wall. But this is going to be the level of the actual soil. So yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not bothering with that little bit at the end. As I said, we'll be coming in from this way, and I don't want to see a big damp wall.
Floki's my van sausage for the day. We're at the quarry. We're getting more gravel, the 020 grade. So this is the base of starting to build the height up where we've been building our walls. Here he comes. So I'm back on the weighbridge. And the best part of this, you'll hear it in a minute. It reminds me of the fun fair when we were younger on the waltzers. Get ready. I love that. It's a big one.
Yeah.
We'll fill that with smaller ones.
Yeah, because I want to put a, 90 on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put a 90 facing down, a load more little gravel and everything, and then we'll put some white fabric over the top, and then backfill. That should give a good solid corner support for the whole wall and this little soak away. Yeah, I know, but it's still sloping.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is use all this crappy rubble here and build some sort of temporary wall and get a load more gravel and all this, just to bring it so the gravel, this stuff will hold back the gravel onto the grass. Because when we build this wall here, we could just push all that back into the trough, the void. Yeah. Right, let's get rid of all this stuff in a bonfire so we can separate all the rubbish from the gravel, and then we can see what we can do.
Pushing it that way.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the job while the dad keeps working.